Hey there, I'm Andrea Olson with the Go Diaper Free podcast, and today I'm going to record episode 106, Stealth Pooping. Let's do this. Welcome to the Go Diaper Free podcast, where we're all about helping you stop depending on diapers as early as birth. I'm your host, Andrea Olson, author and mom of 5 babies, all EC'd from birth, all out of diapers by walking. This is episode 106, Stealth Pooping, 4 ways to deal with your stealth pooper. So you can read the written version of today's show over at godiaperfree.com/106, where I will also conveniently link to anything I mentioned in today's episode. I will also be replying to comments over there, so come on by when you're finished. And actually, Samantha will also be replying to comments over there, and all the things that she's linked to in her guest post are the things that you'll find links to over there. This is a guest post from Samantha Veitch, and she's our certified coach who serves Nevada City and surrounding areas. She is fantastic. I've been in one of her summits before. She's such a cool person. So here goes Samantha's post. And again, just check out the written version if you need to see it. Definitely check out the links. She has some really good resources she refers to. Here are her words. My EC journey with my firstborn has been an incredible ride. We've had many successes, lots of learning, and we've gone through a few potty pauses and come through the other side. However, we still struggle in one department. One of the easy catches, as taught by Andrea, has never been an easy catch for us, and that is poop. My son is now 14 months old, and I am now finally coming to terms with the fact that I have a stealth pooper. This is a good realization to have because I am no longer A, beating myself up for missing signals that aren't there, and B, comparing my little one with babies who are obvious poopers or do not like sitting in their own poop. My baby does not mind sitting in his own poop. They come out quick, so even if there is a small grunt involved, the poop is out before I can say potty. Rather than get angry and pull my hair out or just throw in the towel, I'm stubborn like that, I decided to go back to the basics, get crafty, and start listening to my intuition. 4 poop catching strategies. Here are my top 4 strategies for dealing with a stealth pooper, otherwise known as a baby who doesn't signal or isn't obvious when pooping. You can also check out a blog post that we're linking to on the show notes for dealing with a baby who doesn't signal in general. Number 1, use natural timing. What I mean by going back to the basics is spending time observing. For me, this was paying attention to natural timing for poops. How often was he going and when? I did a few days of logging his poop times, no pun intended, right? And natural timing. So she looked at when did he poop and what was his natural timing after eating and waking, which is step 1 of learning the basics when you first start EC. You can download the log over linked to on the show notes to try it for yourself. This was useful and showed me that he was actually kind of regular. What was creating all the irregularity was the erratic bedtime, erratic meal times, and erratic nap times. That leads me to the next important strategy. So the first one is use natural timing, do some observation. The second one, get on a schedule. I realized that when we stuck to a routine, catching poops was a lot easier. When he was eating at the same time each day, his bowel movements would get on a schedule too. In the last few months, he has been transitioning from 2 naps a day to 1 nap a day, which has been tricky to plan for. And it's meant bedtime could be anywhere between 7 and 9 p.m. This in turn affected his waking time, his first poop time, his eating time. You get the idea. However, I feel like we are on the brink of completing the transition, and so now we are seeing the fruit of having somewhat of a routine in terms of naps and meals and poops. Right now, he needs to poop when he wakes. This is an easy catch, as I just have to wait. All the pee happens, and then, more often than not, a big poop follows. Also, with the 1 nap, the second poop comes right after that nap. And so again, it's a pee catch with some added patience needed to catch the second poop. So easy. We're catching that nap wake-up pee anyway, right? And then he has a before-bed poop around 7 p.m. 80% of the time. So with this nap transition, meal times for us have become more structured. Meal times for us all, as we find it easier to make one meal for everyone. Keeping to a schedule for meal times is a little unflow for us parents, and we have always tended to eat at different times. But we can actually see the benefit for us too. eating and preparing food before we are ravenous, with the added benefit of becoming more regular ourselves. To learn more about setting up your own age-dependent eating and sleep schedule, I recommend the Baby Sleep site, which is so very useful in providing an outline to build your day around. They have plenty of free resources to explore. And I second Samantha there. Absolutely check out the Baby Sleep site. We love Nicole. She's done a guest post on our site before. And there is a link over here on the show notes that you can follow. Number 3 is use sign language. So number 1 was use natural timing, do some observation. Number 2 was get on a schedule. Let's regulate our waking time, our eating times, our naps, and everything else falls into place. And number 3, use sign language. We have been delving into baby sign language for the past 6 months, and one of his first signs was all done, a cute little twisty hand gesture. It's like this. So that little it's like this was for my YouTube version of this podcast. He loves telling us all done after eating. I started to ask if he was done when taking him to go potty, and it's been super useful for catching poops. It's actually not so much when he tells us all done that's useful, because sometimes he is in fact not all done. But when he doesn't sign all done, then I know he has a poop coming, and I can practice being patient and giving some extra time. I am learning baby signing from Lane at Tiny Signs, who has some great printouts, a couple of books, and a full course to get you started. And all of those are linked on the show notes at godiaperfree.com/106. Once they start picking up a few signs, which can take a little while, it makes pre-verbal communication so much easier. Great for ECing and pottying. And number 4 is surrender. So number 1, again, was use natural timing and observe. Number 2 is get on a schedule with naps and stuff and eating. Number 3, use sign language. That can definitely help, so you can get some idea of when they're done or not done. Number 4 is surrender. Of course, when implementing all of this, we still get caught up. Sometimes it's Papa not being patient. Sometimes it's an extra surprise poop. And sometimes our whole napping and feeding schedule gets turned around by some event or another. Our full transition to training pants has somewhat slowed down, and we still have to clean cloth diapers when we thought we wouldn't be doing that anymore. Poop happens, and that's okay. We are not perfect. Our journey is full of ups and downs, and EC is a continual learning process, just like life itself. What is important is that learning is happening, teaching is happening, and of course, nothing lasts forever, especially with babies. So I'm learning to let go, laugh, and enjoy the ride, one poop at a time. Can you relate? I'd love to hear from others who've also dealt with a stealth pooper. How did you navigate this and keep sane? Comment over at the written version of this podcast at godiaperfree.com/106. I know I'll be over there because I've definitely had a stealth pooper as well. And I can tell you that she grew out of it by about 15 months, but it stunk. It was so hard. Till next time, when we discuss the Stone Age, the continuum concept applied to EC. I love the continuum concept. We're going to apply it to EC. Until then, happy pottying, y'all. I'm Andrea Olson, and you've been listening to the Go Diaper Free podcast at godiaperfree.com. See you next time. All right, so that's it. I want to see what you guys say. Does anybody have a stealth pooper out there? What did you do, or do you need help? Please comment below, hit the bell, and subscribe. See you soon.